Contradiction is part of our lives, and I believe in it very much. So, a lot of times I might say contradictory things because I think that that's how it's best to understand the world. And so I'm gonna handle the topic regarding dreams in the same way. And I want to start by saying that we should try to stay with our feet on the ground as much as possible. However, it is also vital to not forget about our aspirations, and to think in a positive way. Especially, I want to point out that it's good not to forget our childhood dreams, because they give us hope in a lot of situations. And life can be tough oftentimes, but we must keep going, we must keep pushing. And it is very essential to preserve that sort of childlike naivety and to make yourself believe that everything will turn out in your favor. But in your day-to-day activities, if a certain way of thinking makes you go on, then you should enter this state of self-hypnosis. And it is very helpful when you revive your plans that you've had, especially in childhood, or maybe in your teenage years. However, not clinging too strongly to them, because we also must learn to be flexible and learn how to face the things that this universe throws at us and that we cannot predict most of the time. And if you are too stubborn, you can be beaten. And so it is very important to also preserve this sort of contradictory attitude. When it comes to me, I dreamed at first to become a poet, then a writer, and I wrote poetry when I was very young. Then I turned out to prose. I wrote a novel that almost nobody read, and I published it too in English. And newly I am a YouTuber, and in my journey it is very helpful to think that I will succeed and that I will be successful one day. And it is also very important to give up on my logic, which usually makes you arrive at pessimistic conclusions, especially when you encounter obstacles repeatedly and it seems like you are kind of hitting a wall. And if you think of it rationally, you can just say that, oh no, it's gonna continue this way in the future. And that's a bad thing, because when you get disappointed and you lose your enthusiasm, your energy levels go down and it becomes more difficult to face the impediments of this universe. And I should note that I'm not always successful in doing it. It takes a constant amount of work and self-awareness, and you need to catch your thoughts when they arise and mold, so to speak, your thinking patterns into something different, more optimistic. And in this way you gain confidence, and it's easier to fight, figuratively speaking, for your right to be happy. And in doing so, it helps to kind of be naive and a little bit overly optimistic. If you are ready to face the fact that sometimes or a lot of times your predictions might not come true, but you constantly keep pushing. And that's essential, because if you set your hopes too high, you can get utterly disappointed, and that's also counterproductive. So it's crucial to find the balance between the two. And it is also very important to appreciate every small victory, and to dream big, but to move in small steps, and remain in the present moment and focus on the task that you are facing currently. And it also helps if you are around kids, because their energy is still pure and uncontaminated by disappointments. And so when you are around them, it can be useful, and you can become stoked and full of energy if you are an empath and are able to absorb their vibe. It's also advisable to be around positive people, regardless of their gender, but Usually the opposite sex can help you because we are naturally inclined to be influenced by them, especially men. They often say that they are inspired by women, and that's very true because women have the ability to unlock your subconscious potential. And I believe that men might have the same effect on them because we are wired this way since millennia. But as everything in this world, it has a double-edged sword. And if you depend too much on someone, then they can feel that, and their dark side might kick in, and they might start to manipulate you by not giving you the same recognition, attention, love, affection, generally. So, as I always say, you need to learn how to find the stimulation within, and that usually boils down to what you like to do in this life, and to your genuine aspirations on which you might or might not have given up on already, because it might happen. Sometimes we can change our plans, and that's okay, but it's never too late to return to your source, so to speak. Although you might meander and get lost in the labyrinth of this cosmos, of which we are a minuscule part, but also to which existence, by our very act of observing it, we contribute. And so we are also very important. That's another paradox, of which I like to ponder, because in marrying the opposites and finding some balance lies the secret to inner peace. And so we must learn to strengthen our dreams, but also remain grounded, and at the end of the day just convince ourselves of the things that we want to believe in order to continue to struggle and to survive, because otherwise things can get too tough, and so we have to give up on a bigger scale on our propensity to find meaning and use logic, and just relax and have a and rely on the idea that things will settle in eventually, and in this way we might make use of our ambitions if they are not too strong, and they don't make us feel miserable. And that's a very difficult line to not cross, so to speak, and to preserve our ingenuity and our sense of purpose. And so I wish you a good day, and I'm glad I talked to you.